Welcome back. Another live stream. Crypto trading, crypto mindset is back. We are here, guys. A happy day. Yomo,
Happy day, happy
you have
day.
the coffee.
I have my Captain Grip instead of the
Oh,
coffee.
all
That's how I
right.
wake up. This is 120 labs Captain Grip.
That's how you grabbing the altcoin trades, right?
That's how I grab the
You
alcohol.
smashing them. All right.
Smashing. Exactly. Exactly. What about our audience? Are they alive, CM? Because I don't know. Yesterday we didn't reach 100 comments at the night, so we couldn't give anyone a gift. We want to give people gifts. So today I'm going to ask the same thing. Right now, I'm not going to say what it is, but at least say hi right now. We want to see the love. Smash the like button, cook the subscribe, ask questions. We want this make this live as best as possible for you, ladies and gentlemen. CM, why would you start today with an update? What do you think?
Say again?
I start with an update.
Oh, yeah. You or me?
You.
All right, let's go. Let's start with the altcoin season update. First of all, the favorite chart is the Bitcoin dominance. Hope you guys see it. Okay, this is the Bitcoin dominance. Let's look on the big picture first. We talked about the rising wedge on the Bitcoin dominance. We talked about the altcoin strength. We talked about the bearish engulfing weak candle yesterday, and now we have another move down here. That's really nice. Also, we're getting good momentum breakdown here on the 2 week stochastic. You can see we're having a lower high and a higher high on price on the dominance. So that's, to me, it tells we are moving into some kind of an alt season in the coming weeks and months, and it looks really, really sexy. Now, probably again at some point the dominance will bounce and we're gonna get some kind of a pullback. But if it's gonna clear that level, man, this area, it could be very, very nice. Now let's look on the Bitcoin price. Let's look at Bitcoin price. Bitcoin price as well in the range, still in the range, but it's in the selling zone. Okay, this is the selling zone again. In my opinion, this is where people take profits. Okay, and this is where people buy, like buyers and sellers. Okay, sellers here. So at some point we're looking for a pullback from here or from here or from here. Now, if it at the moment it's just going kind of sideways here, so it's allowing altcoins to continue pumping. Okay, that's good. That's good. As long as it's going sideways, it's good. If it starts taking the low of 100, coming down below 100K, I think the crypto market will have a pullback, can be a significant pullback. We'll talk about it. Make sure to click the like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, drop a question, share this live on your X account, and give us some love, my friend. What else? What else we can talk
For
about? We
sure.
can talk about. We can talk about the
CM,
out. Yeah.
let me show the total of three for just 1 second. I want to show something interesting as well over here. So this is the total three chart. By the way, I know we're like yin and yang. You're showing the black chart. I'm showing the white chart. People, the reason I use white charts is because first of all, I'm old fashioned classic, and because I'm color blinded. I have issues with colors, so I can't look at the CM charts. That's who I am. Anyways, CM, I argued this. Look at the double top we had on the total tree. The total tree is the market cap of the entire crypto without Bitcoin and without Ethereum. Okay. Now you can see we broke out of this bear channel beautifully. And now we don't know how this is going to look like, whether it's going to be a shoot up or a build and a build. We prefer the building, of course, right? The way it builds slowly, it's always better. But we're only 17% shy of this all-time high, man. I wonder, CM. I wonder, all right, what will happen, okay, once we cross this, high in the future. Okay, let's say we build a little bit and eventually, we're going to break out of it. I wonder what is going to happen once we break this, CM. I would love this to happen and see on all altcoins, man. I'm opening a little bit the mind, imagination for our audience and our viewers just to This is something I'm waiting for like a hawk. I want to see what happens when we go to new all-time highs on this chart, because look, this is creating as well a long-term, kind of inverse head and shoulders. All right, you can see each side has two shoulders. It's very symmetrical, CM, very symmetrical, huge head. All right, and it's a very horizontal type, resistance. This is very, very horizontal. Right, I really want to see what happens, how we approach this. All right, whether we're gonna just V bottom and then break without building, or whether we're gonna have a few weeks of building, because this is a weekly chart. I don't know, but I'm really interested to see what will happen with altcoins. Look, CM, we haven't gotten, all right, and look, it's a different cycle, right? But we haven't gotten any real altcoin season when things like moved so strong in a while. I would argue that the real last move maybe was March 2024, and before that November 2023, like 2 months in the past few years where maybe you got like a real move in alts. But besides that, it was all very professional, pinpointing, coin selection was really critical. All right, I really want to know what will happen once we cross this all-time high on the market cap of the total tree. What do you think?
Yeah, man, could be very interesting. The once it happened, but for me, I'm just trading, man, printing money now. I don't give an F
For
about
sure.
this total chart index. It represents all the rug pulls as well. You have all the rug pulls in it. You have all the crap coins, all
For
the
sure.
dog shit, all the poop coins, all of them. So they're actually pulling it back down, or so it's not such a good representative of the altcoin market strength. This cycle, people need to step up, man up, and start digging into the best performing asset. They cannot
That's
just
always a thing.
no. Last cycle they can do a shotgun approach and just buy random crap and everything will pump, man. Last cycle everything pumped, man. Everything pumped, everything.
No,
Now
that I know.
now we have a different type of a cycle. Not everything pumping, and people need to know what to trade. They cannot take high, insane amount of risk because then they're gonna get themselves completely wrecked. That's what I think. Let's look on the Caspa chart for our Caspa boys here in the audience. That's Caspa. All right, you see the Caspa chart here. We are now above the 200-day MA. It's actually very nice. It's holding very nice here, holding above the 200-day MA. This dude is asking, are we going to the all-time high? Probably, but I don't think it's just going to go to the all-time high from here. Probably going to have a pullback or a rest or a digesting period before that, maybe here, maybe like this, maybe from higher, maybe from the 5 area. All right, something like this at some point. I don't think it's gonna be like that. Don't be naive. Don't be a baby boy, because baby boys that expect that get that after, and then they get sad and they cry for their mommy. You don't want to be one of these baby boys. You want to trade it and be smart about it. Once it's gonna offer you a pullback, if you're an investor, you should buy. And now you don't want to buy. If you miss the entries here or here or here, you need to leave it alone. Okay, again, that's what that's what investors and traders do. They leaving it alone when it's extended. You don't want to buy it now, especially when we're talking about Bitcoin is at resistance. Again, that's my 2 cents, but I think Kaspa is one of the best trades in the coming bull run. That's why we cover it a lot, because we believe in Kaspa and we like Kaspa, and that's my opinion. And let's talk about Toshi. Mr. Vico asked about Toshi. Cook the like, Mr. Vico. We're gonna talk about Toshi now. Let me show you the Toshi chart. Well, Toshi, I had it on my watch list and I missed the entry. Where was this? I missed the entry at USDC, man. I hate USDC. They need to be removed from the market. Anyway, this is Toshi. It had a beautiful inverse head and shoulders, just like Mudeng had. Wow, and a lot of coins did the same. Actually, Mudeng was even better. But anyway, that was the entry here. It broke one like couple of days ago here, and it triggered my alert, and then I had other trades, so I passed on it, and then it did that candle, boom, boom, boom. So it's already up from the breakout, more than like a little bit more than a double. For me, it's not a buy now, but it's on my radar. Once it's gonna allow a trade, maybe a pullback from here, maybe more up and then a pullback. And again, I need a nice low risk setup. I'm not gonna ape into this meme coin because this is a meme coin. In the end of the day, if you don't have a good entry, pass on it. So yeah, Toshi very strong. One of my meme coins nights or meme coin bangers now for the last movers, and definitely on my radar. Definitely on my radar. I think it's one of the top 10 meme coins on my radar now for the next bull run. Okay, for the next bull run, for the next pullback. All right, I'll keep talking because you are very boring today, Jomo. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
I was waiting. I was waiting for you to just finish and ask me what's my look. Toshi, I agree. Everything. I'm waiting for a continuation for sure. Looking good.
All right, guys. By the way, cook the like, subscribe to the channel. We have in this competition now. If we get 100 likes, 100 comments, one of the likers, let's call it the likers, or the commenter, obviously, will get a free access to our Master the Bull webinar next Monday. We're gonna teach you everything on how to trade crypto in a bullish environment, how to buy, how to trade it on exchanges, how to make money, how to find the best breakouts, everything you need to know about trading crypto and making money. So make sure to drop a like, and also, just buy the course, man. It's gonna be amazing. It's very cheap, and it's really gonna change your life the way you look on markets, the way you trade markets. Because most people, they're just an investors. Investors, they have investors in crypto. They never take profits. That's why at some point they're gonna round trip all their gains. We're gonna help you drop this disease. Okay, we're gonna cure you from the disease of the hodlers, and we're gonna make you a profit maximalist. That's what you want to be. You want to take profits when they are on the table, because at some point now the profits are on the table, guys. You know that. But at some point when Bitcoin pulled back, all the profits gonna be back into your entry or below, man. So really, learn to take profits.
How many people over here in this live CM round tripped everything they made in 2023, 2024? I would argue roughly 80, 90% of people watching us, had round tripped their best mover instead of just, booking profits, shorting it on the way down, so making additional money and then buying it back again once you had that tradable bottom, right? So hopefully people here, come watch us for months now. We give free alpha for everyone, and we preach the things that actually help you take control over your own trading, your own investing, right? Instead of not knowing, needing reassurance of what to do, you can actually understand that you can make money on the long side. At one point, you need to know how to spot a top as well, or a top information, take profits. Don't think you can, hit the exact top, right? If you sell, at a 500% gain instead of 800% gain, that's perfectly fine. You don't need to squeeze all the freaking gains and be sad if it went above it because you missed. You made 500% gain, okay? And then short it, then make a long again. Stop wasting your time just holding things, right? Because you can make much more money. That's what we're going to preach, CM.
Let's look on the turbo chart. Guys, cook the like, subscribe. Subscribe to this channel will change your fucking life. Will make your life much better. You will become a sexy guy. You will date hot birds, man. You're gonna print dineros. Stop dating the ugly girls, for God's sake. This is turbo. This is turbo, man. Look, it's been wedging for the last many days. Many, actually wedging for the last how many days? That's impressive. 22 days been chopping, churning. Okay, this is like a churning price action. Again, it can break out and melt faces. It can, but for me, there is no edge there because it's a bit choppy. And it's look at the wicks here. You can see the topping tails here at the highs from the six area. Looks like some big daddy holding turbo and distributing here all his coins like on the six. So and you can see the wicks are coming from here, from the 5-9, 5-9, 6-3, 6-2, 6-3. Sellers also here on the first pump. So really, for me, turbo is not a trade at the moment. I will wait for it to maybe tighten up. If let's say it's gonna tighten up another week or two, squeezing, that's gonna be for sure. I'm gonna take a trade. If it's gonna just rip from here, I'm gonna pass on it and I'm gonna wait for a pullback. That's what I think about Mr. Turbo.
Yeah, man. Turbo, disappointing. It should have continued already. It should have moved.
A bit
Shouldn't
scammy,
have
I
moved.
would say a bit scammy.
I mean, look, it's still holding above the 10-day moving EMA. Okay, you can see the blue line over here. This is the 10-day EMA. So it's still holding above this momentum moving average. As long as it holds above it, it still has hope. But I would argue, CM, that what I would want to see in the market right now I know I can't dictate the market. The fact I want something to happen doesn't mean it will happen. But I would love to see Bitcoin consolidating for a week or 2 weeks, maybe even a month. Yeah, I know maybe people want things to move now, but if Bitcoin consolidates, preferably above the 100K for a few weeks, then assets like Turbo, for example, that just needs a bit more time, maybe they can consolidate for these 2 weeks, make a squeezy, as you said, and then break out. Because right now, this action, as you said, it's wedging action, this week's action over here, it says that there's sellers. Sellers are still kind of taking profits right now, or not only taking profits, CM, you know what's probably happened? All the people that don't know what they're doing, unfortunately, and they bought this top, they were just waiting for the price to get as close to break even as possible. That's called overhead supply, right? So this overhead supply is probably all these sellers. These are not people that bought here, maybe some, but the majority are people that waited from this top information and finally they're breathing because they can get out and break even. Okay, that's what overhead supply is called. That's the term and that's the explanation. And we want to make sure that no one here of our audience is overhead supply anymore. Okay, we don't want you to buy tops, hold, and then wait to capitulate at the wrong time. So yeah, that's what I think on Turbo. Hopefully the market can consolidate a bit sideways and give us some building, which will be even better in my opinion. The longer it builds, now not too long, but the longer it builds, the more beautiful the pump can be. What do we have, CM?
Yeah, man, chill morning, man. People, waking up, taking a shit, maybe, taking a dump in
Or
the
going to
ocean.
sleep?
Maybe. Anyway, guys, click the like, subscribe, click the bell, share it on your X, drop a question. We're gonna answer a question if you have any question now, and probably gonna wrap it up in like 10 or 15 if it's gonna be slow.
Maybe even earlier. CM, let me show you some alpha. So this is the weekly CME Bitcoin chart, right? So Bitcoin futures. I don't know how many people. Can you remove the master of the bull banner for just 1 second? I want people to see something. So this is a chart of Bitcoin futures from the CME. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because the CME is not like Binance or Coinbase, and all these crypto exchanges. This is actually like an old CFI exchange, like a regular finance institution exchange, which offers contracts on Bitcoin. Okay. Now, the beauty of this is that each week they release data of the positioning of different types of investors. Okay. So you have red investors. They are the commercials, right? Usually commercials are people that are in the know-how, maybe miner companies, people that are connected to crypto somehow. And the blue ones, which are large speculators, many times are hedge funds and stuff like that. So these blue ones many times use the future to hedge their spot positions, while the commercials usually in the know-how, they are the ones you want to follow. Okay, so if I remove over here the blues for the reds for just 1 second, okay, you will see that whenever large speculators are long, the price is kind of holding, and only when they go short, price can actually increase. All right, so right now this is what we're seeing. Okay, that's what I wanted to share. What we're seeing right now is there is a price increase, while we are short in while we're short in the positioning of all the large speculators. This is bullish CM. Not many people know about this. Okay, this is an edge that I'm looking and developing. Not many people understand positioning, and this is something that I really, really, really appreciate. I waited for it all this time. All this time when they were long, I knew that we have a very low probability of continuation. Once they went short, this is where I started to be really, really, really interested in Bitcoin moving. And lo and behold, this is exactly what happened here. And this is why we created a long position on Bitcoin. We started here, then we added here, and now we have quite a long position already positioned for a potential breakout, soon. So this is something we teach. I'm going to show this in the Master the Bull. If people don't understand positioning, it's a very easy way to kind of position yourself in the market with the people that know what they're doing. Okay, so this is something we're going to teach and preach. And of course, we know what we're doing as well by looking at charts, but this is an added thing that I like to look at. What do I see? Do you have any more questions, or people are sleepy?
Just gonna open Caspa chart, man, because
Go for it.
that's the best chart. Not the best, but that's the most
The most requested one.
Yeah, the most requested. Yeah, man, like Caspa, man, Caspa Cas is now. It could be forming a local top here. You have this long tail here, this long topping tail here on the highs. If you let's look on the 4 hourly, you can see we had a snap back down. Could be a little lower high here. Again, this is a small time frame, analysis. So obviously it can be total bullshit, but it is if it drops below the 106, I think there is a chance this is a local top. Again, just a local top in the grand scheme of a new bull market for Caspa. So for me, I'm watching Caspa and I'm following it, and I want to see if it will give us a pullback. That would be amazing. A pullback maybe back to the 50-day MA. That's the red line. See the red line here. It will be, if it will pull back to the 50, that will be amazing pullback. Base out on it, and then we're gonna get the golden cross coming soon. The golden cross, the 50 above the 200, and that's gonna be a new bull market signal for Caspa. And yeah, you're gonna probably the next rally will surge into the 2120, and then we're gonna break out of it. That's what I think going to happen for Caspa man.
Man, if we're gonna build a very stair step fashion all the way up, like we started at 8 cents, added the 11 cents. Now we're gonna stair step at the 13 again, add on the 13, then add on the 15.5 again, and then potentially add on the 18 and 21 later, like stair step fashion. That's gonna be amazing, amazing. That really is the best fashion for a bullish trend to act, where you can just add to the position while it's going up. It doesn't give you a heartache every time there's the market turmoil. It doesn't break down structure. This is going to be like the most beautiful structure I've seen in a while. And we know Caspa is one of those coins that actually creates beautiful structures. So if this happens, CM, beautiful for all of us, for sure.
By
Crypto
the way,
J.
guys,
No.
by the way, guys, make sure, where is this stuff? Make sure to open an account on B2Nix exchange, the best exchange if you trade from the US. You don't need a KYC. You don't need a VPN. You have this link below, and you have video tutorials on how to use this amazing futures exchange. You can trade it from all around the earth without VPN and without KYC, and you actually get a very nice bonuses. If you put 1,000 in, you get 200 USDT bonus to your account. Put 500, you get 100, etc. Go over it, man. Get yourself an account. It's limited spots, only 200 spots limited for this campaign. Make sure to get yourself an account. Amazing exchange. Really, I love Bitunix. I've been trading on it, and really, it's very easy to make their money as well. For some reason, very nice and clean exchange. Oh, XRP. Let's look on XRP. Okay, XRP, the daddy. I love XRP, man. I love XRP.
For sure.
First of all, show you the dollar pair. Okay, look, XRP looking sexy as fuck. Okay, you're holding above the 200 AMA. It's much better than all the other rubbish coins that broke below their 200 and now doing a comeback from the deads. Okay, this coin is in a different league than most of the market, especially from most of the top 100 coins. You can see how it's holding above the moving average. Very nice. We're looking for it to break above 266. Then we're going to add more to our position. We have a position, a starter position, and we're going to pyramid trade into the XRP bull run if we're going to get one now, obviously. Looking amazing. XRP, again, it's still slow. It's still not explosive as here, but they start slow. Once it will clear that level, the $3, if you start seeing XRP closing above the $3, you want to start piling into the XRP, because XRP is a motherfucker, bro. Is a motherfucker. Is a coin, and if you break that level, that's a new all-time high for XRP. A new all-time high for XRP after like 7-8 years in the cemetery, in the graveyard of coins. And XRP can surprise everyone, and it can even flip Ethereum. It can flip Ethereum market cap. If it takes that high, I think it's gonna flip Ethereum for definitely for short term, and maybe even for long term. So put XRP on your radar, daddy boy, and really join our community, because we are XRP maxis, just like we are Caspa maxis. We're gonna smoke the XRP train if she's gonna come to the to the port. We're gonna smoke it. So you better join our community, my friend. Join now, man. Printing season is on.
For
Money
sure.
season is on.
For sure. Join. This is for Sophia. At least we know there's a lady in the house. Man, rise up.
Rug pull. The lady that buy rug pull over and over
again.
The
rug pull
and
lady. Look.
She wanna join me in the community. For the last 2 months, she's been emailing me. Oh, I'm gonna join today. Man, stop emailing me. Come on. You know what I mean? Join the membership. You actually
join the membership.
You're getting wrecked buying rubbish coins. Stop buying rubbish coins, lady girl. Where is this?
Look at the perspective. This is just a coin that doesn't look good whatsoever. Now anything can pump, but I would argue that look at this selling over here.
Rug pull.
This gives a sense of a rug pull of a coin that doesn't have organic, buying into it. I would not look at it whatsoever. I don't think it's interesting. There's many more. Look, there's like 1 million coins out there. Okay, and you can focus on the best of the best. You know what are the best, because you can go coin by coin and look at how organic the chart is. All right, the better you look at it, all right, the better you understand how to find leaders, and not something like this. Look, this looks like garbage, right? And you need to know how to identify garbage, and you need to know how to identify beauty and strength, right, Sophia? So if you're emailing CM for a while already, it means you're indecisive about wanting to make money, all right? And instead of losing money on these rug pulls, just join the CM service, and he will teach you how to do it easy and peasy, because this is just not looking good. But I try to give you some respect, Sophia, because you are one of the ladies over here. What about GYAI? It's a question. The Jerry the Turtle. Oh, I saw this somewhere. By the way, who is this Matt Fury CM? Have you heard about this Matt Fury?
Some scammer, shilling for US babies like meme coins,
Whenever I hear that someone talks about the coin by someone, I'm like, that someone wants to make money out of you. Okay, if it's not a project, okay, that has something, usually it will be a rug pull. Now, hey, I made money in, shorting rug pulls in the past and making, or even longs on the rug pull in the past. So I would argue that you can make money, but it's a new chart. It's looking right now that there's someone is kind of selling a lot over here. Probably Matt Fury. Every time someone buys, he sells. Look at this over here. The volume, okay, of this coin is $100,000 a day. This is very thin volume, and that's why you get all these wicks. Okay, so until it stabilizes and has at least 500,000 to $1 million in 24-hour volume, I can't be interested in it. This is just not something I would be interested. Can it pump? Look, anything can pump. This can be random, but I would argue that it's not stable. It's a bunking bronco right now, and you will, before it pumps, you probably get stopped out of it. So you need to be careful about the picks that you're having, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very careful about how you approach the market. As we said, better find the strong leaders. That's where you're going to put. That's where you're going to make money consistently, instead of just finding every now and then, to like a gambler, like every now and then you find the horse that made you money. No, bet on the strongest horse most of the times, and you'll make money consistently all the time, right? That's what I preach, that's what CM preaches. So that's what we do. So yeah, better do something with that decision making, Sophia. What else do we have?
We have some shit coins. We look on Hash AI and then Supra. Let's look at it. Bye, guys. Guys. It's very simple. Look, I will show you. You just take your mouse or your finger. Okay, take the second finger. Right. You click here on the left side of the mouse. You just click it on the little like button below on the bottom of the video. It's very simple, my friend. I know it's hard. It's harder than doing a deadlift. I know, but you can do it. You can manage. Take your finger, click the like, and if you already put in the pressure, also share it on your X account. We're gonna very appreciate it. Okay, let's look on Hash AI. Hash AI.
Maybe they can use something that will make their fingers stronger, CM.
They should.
Captain Crash.
They should work on it. Look, Hash AI is one of these Alex Becker pump and dump coins. Just got a huge pump. Okay, from here, mega pump 3x. I will not touch this nonsense. It's probably gonna collapse back down. Again, it might continue higher, but at some point will collapse back down because it's an Alex Becker coin, and he's dumping on you. So don't expect it to continue to the moon. Again, might continue, but at the moment it's overextended, overbought. Not for me. Rubbish for me. Absolute rubbish.
CM, that dude told me over here, so the Crypto J said that Matt Fury is an artist that supposedly created the Boys Club, Pepe, and whatever. Look, I just chat GPT'd it, and people need to understand this. The dude created the Pepe cartoon, but he didn't create the Pepe meme coin, right? And probably even this, the last thing that, the last coin we looked at, this JAI, probably he didn't create that as well. People rob his, his cartoons and create meme coins out of it. So be careful. He's not the person behind the projects. These are all projects that are trying to, grab your cash, all right? It's not him. Be careful.
Charlatans like what's his name, the last one, Murad, all these charlatans, man. They're gonna take your money and run to the hills and spend it on their yachts. Anyway, this is Supra. Look, this coin been in a bloodbath since December. It was very hypey here. Actually, I'm gonna put it on my radar. Maybe it's gonna do a recovery, but for me, I'm not buying it now. If it's gonna start an uptrend, maybe I will look into it. But at the moment, I'm not interested in buying here because it can still continue down. You have lower highs and lower highs and lower highs and lower highs. So man, it could be a rubbish coin. If I were you and I was interested in buying this rubbish, I will wait for an uptrend, clear uptrend, or some kind of a bottom, a tradable bottom, like we discussed in many times. Really join the community. If you're looking on Supraman, you're wasting your time. Maybe it will do a bottom, something like this, and then you buy the breakout of the bottom. Wait for a tradable bottom. Don't front run bottoms. Don't imagine bottoms. Don't imagine uptrend. Follow the trend, my friend, till the end, because if you will go against the trend, it will cook you completely. This is crypto, man. Crypto is not a fairy tale, a picnic, a walk in the park, a beautiful trees and birds. No, no, no. Crypto is a nightmare. You go into you can collapse, you can die at any moment, man. It's not fun. You don't want to get wrecked. Don't want to get wrecked, my friend.
No, we don't want, definitely don't want to get wrecked. Definitely not, man.
All right.
Definitely.
Cook the like, my friends. Yes, you
Smash it.
click on the link, join today, Sophia. You can do it again. It's the same process. You use the second finger and you just click, and then you take your card with your second finger and you join the members. It's very simple, and then you start printing money instead of getting wrecked in the by the way, once you join Sophia, you're gonna get a message from me, okay? A message from me with links to open the right exchange if you don't have them, and how to buy breakouts. Just make sure you watch these videos on how to buy breakouts and how to set up the trades and how to set up the take profits and the stops. Follow the market update. You're gonna print money. All right. All right. What do we have here? Myron. Hey, Myron, how you doing, man? AGI takes the 09. You think it could run? Let's look on AGI, Delysium, and we're going to probably wrap it up soon. So make sure cook the like, guys. AGI Delusium. That's the guy. Could be, man. That's a good chart. You know, if you're looking for hunting bottoms, that's actually was a very good trade we took back in February 2023, I think. One or yeah, 2024. That was an amazing trade. That was amazing trade. But since then, it's been very quiet. So for me, I'm not touching it now, man. I have other coins, and I'm just chilling now because I'm not gonna take a weak coins now when Bitcoin is at resistance, because that's high risk. Okay, if I take a trade, it's only gonna be a strong breakout, and that's it for me. I'm just minimizing risk now because we can get a pullback at any moment, and for me, I like to lock in gains than taking high risk trades.
For sure. For sure. And look, the people need to understand we make money consistently every month on things they didn't even hear about, CM. For example, here's a trade that is already in our favor from the past few days. We had double entry on it, all right? It started to print, today it's kind of creating this new all-time high. Now everything can pull back, but our tactics are so good that we are already financed. We had two entries, the 66, all right, and the 72 entries, so you can be big. We had a stop loss here. People already moved, stop loss tightened and tightened. So that's how we use, financing the risk in our favor. What I'm trying to say is here, probably most of you haven't heard about Wall. You're always looking for something that people talk about online, all right? We always find the gems that are ready to be tradable, right? Ready to be tradable, not nothing that you need to hope, not something that you're already missing the boat to. We find them at the precise entry point, ladies and gentlemen. That's the most important thing, right? Precise entry points. We teach that on the bull market seminar. Make sure that you come to the bull market seminar. It's next week. CM, it's next week. They only have what is it? They only have what date is it? 5 days. It's on Monday. And it's limited availability. We only have a last few spots. I don't know how many, but they should join it now. They're cheap, CM. It's use the money we give you, the bull 20 flag you see in the bottom. It's a gift. It's 20% off. This is less than $100, right? Invest less than $100 in yourself because we created it for you with love to make sure you understand how to make money consistently, how to precisely enter into trades, how to take profits, not to round trip, and to make sure that you understand, right, the power of low risk, high asymmetric reward, right? That's what we do. That's how we do it over and over again. Join, scan the QR code, take your phone out. This is different. CM, the taking the phone out is a different muscle. Explain, please. Explain.
It's the entire muscle. It's actually the one that with the grip. They need to train this with the grip. So they grip the iPhone or a Samsung, okay? And if it's a Samsung, don't grip so hard because it might break, okay? So a little grip, soft grip, just like you grab a booby, and then you scan the QR code out. But man, on a serious note, this Jomo, this Master the Bull webinar, seriously, if a guy buy it, or a guy or a girl, but guys make money better than girls. So anyway, if a guy subscribe to this Master the Seminar, okay, Master the Bull webinar, okay, he can take, let's say you have a 50K or 100K account, USDT now. With that knowledge, you can flip that account to 4x, maybe even 10x if you're lucky, if we're lucky and we are, we're getting a mega bull run into the summer or until the end of the year, okay? So really, this is a tool that will set you for life and will make you so much money. It's like free. We lose money on this. We lose money here because this course is gonna change your life, gonna change the way you see crypto, gonna change the way you trade crypto, and gonna make you a profitable, consistent trader and investor, man. But if you study this course again and you repeat it again and again, you ask questions and you do everything that we tell you, man, it's a no-brainer. You're gonna be ahead of 99% of the people in this market. You're gonna be a professional, and it's only cost $100, man. Like two shirts in Zara, man. For God's sake.
I told you this. I have a student. He paid me in membership more than he had in capital for trading. Okay, he started with $200. He's from a VIP. Started with $200. He paid me more money. All right, to join the VIP. Started with $200, right? A couple of months ago, right? In the beginning, in the last Q of last year, and he's already at $5,000, right? So he made a 20x or a bit more than 20x on his money, in 7 months or so by trading. Really, he took his time to understand the edge, right? He's better than me, percentage wise. He made 20x. Well, he took a bit more risk, but that's okay because he's young. So if someone with a $200 account can pay to invest in himself, people with 500,000, 50,000, 100 for sure need to do it. But not only. If you have a $1,000 account, if you have a 500, you have a 5,000, you have a 10,000, before losing it in the market, because that's what gamblers do eventually. If you go to the market without any knowledge, without any edge, just like going to the casino, you will lose the money eventually, even if you make some money in the beginning. You know how it works. Everyone knows how you go to the casino. You have $1,000, then you have $5,000, and then you lose everything. That's a casino. But if you come first invest in knowledge and then go to the market with an edge, that's how you make money. It's as simple as that. You don't need to gamble it out because you're going to lose the money. Invest a little bit and then gain knowledge to make money consistently in the market. So scan the QR code, use the coupon code, free money. It's a gift from us to you because we want you, all right, to do this. We built this for you. Join the seminar. It's next week. It's on Monday, for God's sakes, all right? And yeah, we'll see you then. We'll see you then for sure.
Yeah, it's a necessity. You're damn right, man. People gambling away their life savings and not even putting a little bit of effort to learn, how to protect themselves. That's really, really sad. It's a sad reality. But once a person taking the matter to his hand, man, this is amazing. It's amazing. It's gonna grow. It's amazing process of growth and success. It's amazing. Let's look on Aptos and wrap it up, man. All right, Aptos. This guy is saying is going to break out. Man, could be, but I wouldn't touch it below this level, below 723. And actually, I wouldn't touch it anyway because it's a loser, man. And remember what Mr. Paul Tudor Jones said it way before probably you were born and way before, you were trading crypto and me and Jomo traded crypto. He says, losers, average losers. You losers, and I will say only losers buy losers. All right, man. So Aptos is a mega loser. All right. We don't touch losers. Okay. It's garbage. Once he's gonna show us that he's not a loser, then we're gonna nail this mofo. Okay. But at the moment, man, it's not for again, man. Stop dating the ugly girls. Remember the analogy. Stop dating the ugly girls. Stop waiting all night at the club for the ugly girl to be drunk and only go for the hot ones. Always.
CM, we have a problem with Aptos. It's an ugly girl wrapped with a mask of a beautiful girl because this coin has the best marketing. Supposedly, this is ex Facebook people that gathered. Yeah, because Facebook had a crypto project called Libra 2 years ago, 3 years ago that failed. Those
Scam,
same
a rug
people,
pull.
the rug pull, they went out of Facebook and created Aptos. All right. Now, look, see, CM and I, we try to show you something. That's why we love charts. Okay, I'm going to show the weekly chart because it's just easier. Look at this. This doesn't look like a winner, right? Now I know some of you are in the beginning of your journey, okay? But this for me, I'm like a doctor, right? I'm looking at the MRI right now, and like a doctor, I see tumors, right? In this MRI, you see the tumor, it's over here. This is the first tumor, the second tumor, and the third tumor. This is just not a healthy chart. Now, can this patient be saved? Yes, it can be saved, but we need first of all to see it work, all right, to be saved. Work. Maybe in the future it creates an uptrend that is actually tradable. But look at it, and if I would argue that this is not even a lot. This is only like 200%. So I'm better waiting for all these tumors to go by, wait 200%, and if then it wants to show me that it healed, CM, I will be okay with APT then. But right now, it's for me, for our eyes here, it's easy
Don't
to
touch,
see that this is weak. This is a
bro.
lagger.
What you sold right now, this is an emergency. Do not touch APT. It is cooked, dead, smoked. You saw the pattern. It's the middle finger. It's a triple top, disgusting pattern, man. I just added to my short candidates on the next crash because this thing is going to hell, my friend. It's gonna be a rug pull from hell. I'm telling you, man. Don't touch this garbage, man. The chart is telling you. The chart is middle fingering you, man. The chart is middle fingering you. It's not a joke. This is the worst pattern in the world. It's like a head and shoulders on steroids. Be careful, my friend. You're going to get destroyed. And man, again, stop wasting time. You don't have the education. You're going to lose all the money and you're going to lose all the opportunity in the altcoin season. Join now. It's an emergency. Scan the QR code. Join my VIP, Jomo VIP, whatever, man. Join our community. It's emergency, man. We're gonna call the doctor. We need to call the police. This is bad. This is bad. Join today, man. Stop with the APT nonsense. Stop. Please stop, sir. Sir, stop it.
Chitak came for the rescue. Morning, ladies. What advice would you give to a long-term hodler in this bull run? Aren't you asking the same question each live? Isn't Chitak asking the same question? Am I
Titak is a
confused here, Sam?
senile.
Like every
Titak
morning?
is senile. You know, he's like he asking something and then
Forgot. We love you, Chitak. Come every day to our lives. Keep coming, asking the same questions. We don't care, all right? We are traders, all right? We believe in trading the market, right? Not long-term investing. Why? Because just like we saw on APT, if you are a long-term investor on something because you just believe in it, all right? You fell for the story of APT. You've been outrun by professionals like us. Me and CM, we don't wait for a coin to show love over years. We make money each month. Chitak, stop. You don't need to be a long-term holder. Someone sold you an idea, Chitak, right? Someone sold you an idea that if you're a long-term holder, you make money over time because the S&P and because of the Nasdaq, they go up over time. But no one told you that between the year 2000 and the year 2015, everyone was underwater on the Nasdaq, and it took 20 years to make gains in the long term. So are you ready to wait 20 years? Because I'm not. I want money today, I want money tomorrow, I want money in a month, and I want money each year. I want to double and triple my account each year, and I take matters into my own hand, Chitak. I tell you, stop asking this question and start asking questions about how to start trading shorter time frames. You know, you don't want to be weeks, swing trade, a month, 2 months. Choose the leaders, choose the ones that are in a bullish trend, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you want to do. You want to trade things that are in a bullish trends. See what I have to say.
Yeah, man. And Chitak, again, the best advice for long-term holder is learn how to identify the distribution top. Once you get that right, you know when to exit. You don't need your stupid moon boy from the toilet to tell you, "Ooh, he's selling his bags," because it's not going to happen. He's a moron. He's going to get wrecked as well with you. You want to learn how to identify tops and then just cash out your profit. And obviously, have a profit taking strategy. Let's say you made a double, sell a little bit. You made a triple, sell a little bit more. Quadruple, sell more. 5x, sell more. 10x, sell more. Always take your profit, because at some point, the big daddy will say, I had enough. I need to buy another yacht. Wow. And then the market will collapse. All right? That's it.
But CM, if he apes in the wrong coin and the coin doesn't move for the cycle, every the leaders are going to move, make trends, and he chose APT, for example, and APT is not moving sideways or making what 200% in a year. Me and CM, we make sometimes 50% in a day on coins, on concentrated positions, right? I much rather make 5 trades of 40 or 20 or 50% movers in 2 or 3 days than hold for a complete year and make 200, 300%, because we compound those gains over and over, CM, right? So yes, he should learn how to understand and see tops, distributions, and take profits, but as well the coin selection is so important. That and he's if you choose one coin, I think it's just like gambling. Maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't, but it's not taking the matters into your own hand. And that's something that we preach, taking the matters into your own hands. And by the way, Sophia asked me if I'm holding any long-term position. I'm holding long-term position for a long time, but it's a different bucket, only Bitcoin, right? I have a different bucket I have my trading bucket, which I trade, ins and outs, days, weeks, sometimes a month or so. That's kind of the longest I've been holding my trading position. I have a long-term bucket that I buy in the beginning of the in the end of the bear market, the beginning of a bull market. I scale up all the time until we reach new all-time highs, and then I wait until distribution and I sell it. That's the longer-term bucket that I have, right? But it's different.
Bro, let's wrap it up. There is a very nice trade is coming. I'm going to tell you about it now.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Let's wrap it up, man. And have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Consider joining our membership. Join the live webinar next week. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.